over that without tripping.
Something freaky going on.
Today to the Auckland Unitarian Church for a recital by our organist, Gerard. This is a fundraising occasion, so it costs $10 and David is taking money. If you give him your name and address, we'll send the seats out later. Gerard wants to celebrate the fact that the organ the bellows of the organ had been restored. Unfortunately, the rest of the organ hasn't been restored, but the organ sounds amazingly better since the bellows had been restored, and we're really overwhelmed by how good it sounds. It's just a partial restoration, so hopefully only our 2-year plan, but maybe a longer plan, is that we start applying for funding and that we get the rest of the restoration done. And Gerard is going to talk to us about what he's planning as the recital goes on.
Thank you for coming. I hope that you'll be able to relax and listen to some beautiful music from a magnificent organ. This was the Auckland city organ from 1904 to 1911. After that, the town hall got its big organ. So this was the most important organ in Auckland at the time. It was used for many recitals during those 7 years. I hope that you will enjoy the beautiful tones and be able to concentrate on the music. If anyone has cell phones, please make sure that they are turned off, because that is a disruption. You may have to have a little bit of patience with me sometimes when I have to change the registration from one piece to another. The first piece that I'll play is by Tierman van Zoest, who changed his name to Susato because he went from Flanders to Italy to make a career for himself in the 1500s, and many of the Flemings went that way during that century. The first piece is, and you have the program, is a Chorale or sprongdans, which means jumping dance. Every bar, the people who are dancing jump. So I think it is a pretty dance. The next one is a pavane, and that is a slow, majestic dance. You can imagine that there are a lot of people walking slowly, and in front of them are these people dancing very slowly. So that is the second piece. So these two are by the same composer, who lived from 1500 to 1560. I like to explain to you, the first part I played all the music from there, which is the great organ, and then I repeated it, it came from there. So they're totally different vibes. The part that you're looking at, you haven't heard, they are pedal pipes. It's inside it, and there is a box. That is the swell box, and I can play soft or loud. Only the pipes are there. At that side I have a great open pipes, which are the lower manual, and the big pedal pipes also there. The biggest pipe is 16 feet long, so it starts right down in the cellar, downstairs. I am also able to join both manuals onto the one jet manual and help you up to get much louder. So, the second part is Indulge You Below, which you will have read, and I'm playing 3 of them. The first one is the popular melody, which I remember from when I was at primary school. The second one is a 14th century Dutch version, which is a little bit different. And the third one is a variation by J.M. Bach, Johann Pachelbel, who lived from 1648 to 1694. This is quite interesting, to listen to the music and be aware of the differences. Now, when it comes to Indulge You Below, some of the words, in those days, the songs, the religious songs, the words were really poetry, and it was quite funny at times. I'll just give an example that will give you some idea. Indulge You Below, which is Latin, and then the next sentence in Dutch, kom zing en wees het vrolijk. Come sing and be jolly. And the end is, there zullen alle herten zweven in gaudial. All hearts will glide in fun, or float in fun, you know, this is literally translated. We used to just enjoy these songs, just poetry, just poetry, in music. Right. The next section is some more Baroque music. This last piece was already a Baroque period. And this man was also known by the Bach family apparently. You know, he used to visit him, which was quite good for Johann Sebastian, Johann. Now we get Johann Pachelbel, who was also a visitor with the family, and this is a chaconne. Chaconne is probably of Spanish origin, the dance, the type of dance. It's very slow and regular dance, and much of that music you find that the pedal part is just repeated. Very restful music. The second piece is by Johann Sebastian Bach himself. Liebster Jesu, we sind hier, dear Jesus, we are here. Now, you know, these are very simple words, but there is a lot of spiritual significance to those few words. And then the third piece is by Gaspard Corette, a Frenchman, about the same time. You know, it's different music. The French have always been different things, and you know, and Jews as well, because of the variety. So these are the following three pieces of play. piece is by Cezar Franck. He was a Belgian, French-speaking Belgian, from the south, and he shifted to Paris the rest of his life. Once he became an organist and university professor, and he was really pushed by his father. He had a difficult life, and then later on by his wife, because he was a very humble, gentle person. He was timid, very timid type of person. Anyway, this is part of a chorale number 3 in A minor. That's why there's A written on the programs. But this one is in A major. This particular part is in A major. It's always been A major. It hasn't changed. But the piece, the music starts off in A minor. But this part is in A major. He is really the most important romantic organ composer. Organ music was not in vogue at all for a long time, for about 50 years, perhaps even longer. Between 1750, I think, and 1850, perhaps, there was not much organ music being played. But Cezar Franck really brought it all back again. Probably starting from the mid-1800s. The next three short pieces are the same. It is a song. Hier Jezus heeft een hofke, which means Lord Jesus has a little garden. This is another one of those old-fashioned spiritual children's songs, and the words are quite funny. I'll play it 3 times again. The first time how I used to sing it at school, and then variations by Flor Peeters. Flor Peeters is a Belgian from the north of Belgium, a Fleming, and that means, you know, the Dutch-speaking part. And he has written a lot of music based on old Dutch songs. Hier Jezus heeft een hofke, daar is gewoon bloemen staan. Lord Jesus has a little garden in which there are beautiful flowers. Daarin zo wil ik plukken gaan. Daarin I want to go picking. Het is wel gedaan, it is well done. Men hoort daar niet de engelen zang. One hears there nothing but angel song en harpgespel, harp playing. Trompetten en klaretten, en die veelt het al zo wel. Trumpets and clarinets and the viols as well. The first one that I play will be followed by the 2 variations. The next piece is from Enrico Pacini, a very recent composer, born in 1935. This organ piece is called Lentamente. It's a very slow and sensitive piece. Although he was born in the last century, like all of us, he is not he is a romantic a musician who really belongs in a century earlier with his music, as you will soon hear. The organ music is not available at all, and I've had to rewrite it from the score. I tried for years to get the piece after I'd heard it being played in Wellington. And so the music I have is for traverse, flute, or for viola, for violin, with a piano accompaniment or house chord. So you will see that when you see the music that I've read in it myself. And the final piece is called Zomervreugden, which means Summerjoys, and that was composed in the summer, in January, so some years ago. and we finished a good time.
Is dit moeilijker dan het eigen?
Nee.